Hi, it's Kirk. Thanks for joining me here on Threads if you're on Twitter. I only get part of it because, Elon is Elon. And after what happened yesterday, oh, by the way, showing you different parts of the estate. This is the pool on the driveway. Maybe you can see it back there. It is the most relaxing place in the world. People pay like hundreds of bucks for cabanas and day beds at the big hotels on the suite. No, I enjoy the OLA, the outdoor living area and the pool on the driveway. Anyway, just part of the life that we want to maintain and bring up others here with the HarrisWalz campaign. Of course, last night, I heard snippets of it, but who can put up with 2 hours of that crap from those two pieces of, well, you fill in the blank here. I want to be semi-respectful. Breezy day here in Las Vegas. Great day for wind energy, but of course, we rule when it comes to solar power. Anyway, I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the media. I spent most of my career in the media, started as a 16-year-old kid. The first story I ever read on the air was the Jimmy Hoffa disappearance, July 31st, 1975, and the camera's shaking because of the wind. We got out of here. But then, loved radio. However, was able to do well and got a small airplane, a 172. It's the high wing Cessna. So I had a chance to start doing TV weather in California, in Monterey. And in Monterey this time of the year, the forecast is always the same, so it's pretty easy. Morning clouds and fog dissipating to the coast by afternoon. Expect a coastal high of 70. Down in the southern Salinas Valley, King City area, look for temperatures to go up to about 90. Same thing every day in the summer. So not too stressful. It was fun to be on TV. Then an ownership change happened. I went to Europe. I worked in the North Sea as one of the last pirate disc jockeys, and then said, well, I'll stay in radio in California, or I'll go work in TV, because I had done all of 8, there you go, count them, 8 actual shows on the air for free on a commercial TV station. And amazingly, this is 1987, late 86, 87, and the job offers just flowed in. So I said, well, if I get a TV offer on the coast at the beach, I'll take it and not do radio. And that's what happened. Got a job at WJHG, which were the initials of Gray, James H. Gray, who now has, well, he's passed away, but Gray Television, which, take a look at their stock price. Ooh, traditional media, wow, unbelievably in trouble. And of course, it's not just them, it's Scripps, it's the Sinclair that we've got going on. And when I started in television, I had no idea really the political leanings, and I felt that most of the time the news was, to use the old Fox phrase, which is an absolute lie, fair and balanced. And then quickly I was able to rise up without knowing that much about the weather, because a lot of times the people that really, really know the weather and are borderline geniuses discussing the models, whether you're discussing the Euro or any of the other many models that are out there, the Canadian, they know what they're talking about. They understand the mathematics and the physics and the dynamics that make up our atmosphere. But you get them in front of a camera and it's, uh-oh. So I was able to do that, take a lot of their knowledge, and eventually I knew what I was talking about. So eventually made it to CNN in the early 1990s, and that was an interesting endeavor, which we will talk about. And I felt that we had, at that time, we're talking 30 years ago, more than about 30 years ago, CNN was totally reliable. I believe gave you a balanced programming, balanced reporting. But now, oh my gosh, it is anything but. You talk about the liberal media. The liberal media, no. And I just want to say to folks that are working for companies like Sinclair, when I first went to work for them, I had no idea what they were about. That was late 90s, 97 in Baltimore. Won 2 Emmys for weathercasting in the National Capital Region. I think I was the first Baltimore weather anchor to win a Washington Emmy Award during the 1990s. And I had no idea. But then when 9/11 happened, I started to find out what was going on with that company. And their politics became so far to the right, the news so distorted, that my time with them was gone. And in the consolidation that we've seen of media, company I was working for, which was basically a holding company in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, was bought out. At least the station that I was bought out, WHP CBS 21, by Sinclair. And it was just a no-go. A lot of factors involved that we don't have time to talk about. I'd be happy to share them with you if you like. But the politics became so extreme that somebody who is gay, who is a person of color, how do you stay there? What kind of mental gymnastics do you do in your mind? But I understand there are all kinds of variables in a person's life that might make that job a necessity. There's still things you can do to help get the actual truth out to the people that need it. So I can tell you, as someone that started in 1975 on the air as a 16-year-old, the inference of a liberal media out there is just total bullshit. That is not the case. If anything, is a conservative media. And we're dealing with the same thing here in Las Vegas with the casinos. Do you think there's any casino hardly that doesn't lean heavily towards the Republicans? Now, they do donate to both parties because, they got to play both sides of the field, but almost all casinos lean towards the Republicans. I mean, look at some of the entertainment that Stations Casino has here in Las Vegas at Green Valley Ranch. They've had, I think, Brian Kilmeade from the Fox Morning Show. I think they've got Greg Gutfeld coming up. Just unbelievable. The bottom line is, do not think for a second that there is the liberal media out there. If anything, it strongly goes the other way. And that is why it's important that Harris is doing such a good job with the media, even against all odds. My time's up.